Hello everyone, Bradley Sward here, and this video today is the 2022 Advent of Code Day 3 problems, parts 1 and 2 of Rucksack Reorganization. So let's get to the problem. So the problem basically is you have every line in this text file is basically a rucksack, and if you basically cut right down in the middle, for the part 1 here, you're going to check to see which characters are in both subsets. And it didn't ever mention, and I didn't even get to see if it always reduces down to just one letter, and I just kind of went with it just to test to see if it would do more than one, because whenever you're doing part 1, you never know what part 2 is going to be, so I kind of thought to engineer it that way. And so when you go through for each of these, you figure out which letter is common to both subsets, and then you just give it a priority number. You just basically just kind of map this character to this number and so forth and so on for the 52 possible letters that it could be. So you sum up all of that for each and every row, and in this case you get 157, but if you run it in my code you would get 8,298. And so here's my boilerplate code to read the file. I didn't have to barely do anything to this time to pull in strings individually, make a list of strings instead of a list of lists. And then here for this, basically I sort. I don't know if I had to necessarily sort, but I did. I guess you do need to sort because you need to eliminate. Whatever. I'm not even gonna think about it. But for each part of, basically you take each bag part, the two bag parts, and you figure out the unique items in there, and then you figure out from one to the next if is one in the other, and for every character in A. And I probably could have really reduced this one down. But that's what makes Python fun, is that it's so bad. So if every character is in both subsets, figure out which character is, do the mapping. If it's lowercase, this is the math, and if it's uppercase, this is the math. And again, you just repeat, and you get the 8,007 or 8,298 that I was expecting here, as I showed you guys there. So then for part 2. Now you just have to change it up a little bit, and now you need 3, instead of having one line broken up into 2 subsets, basically every 3 lines is a set of, or a collection of rucksacks, and you're trying to find within the 3 which characters are in all 3, and you don't have to worry about breaking them up into subsets. So for my part 2 here, part 2, you could just see, and I just kind of hard-coded the heck out of it. So I couldn't use a range-based for loop here, so I just basically picked an index number, picked out all 3 of them, did the same stuff where I sorted out the data, then figured out the unique sets, and then I just added a third part here to say, like, with that third item, if the character is in the A part, if it's in the B part, and it's in the C part, do the same math that it previously did before. And running this time, I get 2,708, which is exactly what I see when I get down here. So again, much improvement could be made now that I have a working solution. Now I could go back and definitely improve the code on this, but it's just meant to be a fun exercise, so I'm not going to do that. So as always, thanks for sticking it out with me as always. If you have any questions or anything, or if you know a quick, easy, dirty way to get this thing done, comment below. Appreciate it. Well, have a great day. We'll see you guys next time. See you for day 4.